The National Trust is famous worldwide for its stunning properties, but its gardens and its landscapes are equally spectacular. I'm Jane Moore, and in this series with the National Trust's official partner, STIHL, I'm going behind the scenes to meet the people that maintain and manage these amazing places. Today I'm here at Stourhead in the south of England, and we'll be looking at a historic pelargonium collection, meeting some horses that are helping with the woodland management, and taking in these breathtaking vistas. But first, let's meet the head gardener, Tim.
Hi Jane, welcome to Stourhead.
Thank you. I love coming to this garden, but tell me a little bit about how it was created, because it's quite a story, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, in 1720, Henry Hall I, part of a banking family, he arrived upon Sturton Manor and he found an old house there and he recreated a Palladian manor there. That was his first brush on the landscape. Then went to Henry the Magnificent, and Henry the Magnificent inherited Stourhead and he did the grand tour and he just took on lots of inspiration and ideas.
Yeah, and filled it with these fantastic temples and things. But this lake is not natural, is it?
It really isn't. You've got 6 Wells Valley, which is the source of the River Stour, and ultimately he dammed this valley to create this magnificent lake behind us.
So he just flooded a valley?
He basically flooded a valley, and he called it his Paradise Valley. You certainly get that from the Temple of Apollo looking across. It's just magnificent.
I can't imagine what it must have been like to come here as one of his guests.
Oh, I think it would have been a real treat and amazing. You would have been wined and dined and looked after in the house.
All these, yes, and then all these little cottages and grottos and things. You can just imagine there'd be little, nibbles and drinks.
Exactly that.
It would have been wonderful, wouldn't it?
And the whole thing is you're on a journey. I mean, the one thing the lake does, it forces you round on a journey. You can enjoy Stourhead however you like, but there is a route from the house down and around the lake. It's a tapestry of different layers of vistas and views.
Yeah. But I can hear the water running, and managing this dam is a feat on its own, isn't it?
It's a significant ask of the National Trust. I mean, this is a 300-year-old dam. It's 220 metres long. It's about 10 metres high in places. And it's under the Reservoirs Act now, and as an organisation we're facing into about £1 million worth of repairs just to shore it up for the next 100 years, yeah.
Gosh, a lot more to gardening at Stourhead than just gardening, isn't there?
Very much so, yeah. I mean, it's an 80-acre landscape, the garden itself. We've got 2,500 acres in the wider estate as well. I mean, the dam itself is impounding 180,000 cubic metres of water.
Gosh.
So, yeah, it's not insignificant,
They're all big numbers, aren't they?
They really are, yeah.
But at the end of the day, you also have to manage all the sort of grassland and things around here, don't you?
Yeah, we have to. I mean, certainly, and you've got the aprons up to the temples, and the old design that we've got here, you have to keep the grass tight in certain areas. And there are other areas the team have been experimenting with is leaving them longer, so that we reduce the amount of input that we're having, but also creating a bit more habitat as well.
Great. So I need to go and have a chat with Toby, I think, about this grass management, don't I?
Toby will fill you in and share all that we do with the grass. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Tim. Hi, Toby.
Hiya.
You've got some quite interesting areas of grass to manage here, haven't you? And some of it's quite challenging.
Yes, yeah. It's a very steep site with lots of undulations and hills and stuff.
So you're letting these areas, some of these areas, grow long and turn more sort of wildflowery?
Yeah, it's really important that we encourage the wildflowers in certain areas of the garden. So this area is a bit further away from the main lake, which means we're kind of allowed to let the wildflowers blossom and thrive.
I mean, you're probably just about to cut this, I would think, looking at the sort of seed heads around.
Yeah, I would say in the next couple of weeks, really, this will all be cut shorter and look like most of the rest of the landscape that we've got.
Yeah, so around the lake, I noticed that you tend to keep the lawns quite short, like a lovely sort of carpet.
Yeah, it's very important that the main views in the lake are kept short, as it was historically.
Yeah.
And with that, we tend to use our mowers more than our brush cutters.
But this isn't the only bit of lawn that you actually manage, is it? You have a rather interesting lawn, which I would really like to go and see.
Yes, our Laurel lawns we
Yeah,
used to have, yes.
let's go. Well, this is not what I was expecting to see as a lawn, Toby.
Yes, this is our very special Laurel lawns. So we've actually got 30 acres of laurel in
Wow.
the garden, which is a task and a half, I can tell you,
I'm
to
sure.
cut.
Because you keep them just as a lawn, don't you? Cut short.
Yeah, so every year we're in here cutting these with our battery hedge cutters, and that's really important to make sure that the tree stems come up between them and they look really sharp.
So that's the whole idea, is it? Is that you have this sort of understory, this lawn, where the trees' trunks just show off beautifully.
Absolutely. It's a very much an 18th century style,
Right.
which we're making sure that we're keeping that historic look to it.
Right.
But they also really work well as a weed suppressant.
Of course. Because otherwise it would just be sort of scrubby understory, potentially, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Must be quite tricky getting in amongst them to cut them all, because they are shrubs after all.
Yeah, and as you can see here, they're on quite steep slopes.
Yeah.
So you've really got to have your wits about you.
Yeah, a
but,
bit of mountain goat.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I imagine using the battery equipment has made your life so much easier, hasn't it?
It really has. It's been transformational, to be honest, doing these laurels here. It's quieter, there's less vibrations, and there's no fumes at all. So it just makes the job easier and quicker.
And it's such a big job, isn't it? How long does it take you to cut all these lawns?
Oh, it's an enormous job. And we tend to start in September, and then we try and finish up around January.
Wow.
So it's a long time.
That is a heck of a job. But it's not the only bit of more sustainable management practice that you're using, is it? You're using something of a more old-fashioned method, I believe.
Yes, so at the moment we've got heavy horses in, and they're doing some really
Wow.
important logging work up at Top Woods.
Oh, I'd love to see them.
Yeah, let's go, shall we?
Great. Hi, James.
Oh, hi, Jane.
Well, this is taking low impact to another level, isn't it?
Certainly is, yes.
Who's this?
is Flynn. He's a Shire.
Yeah.
He's 15 years old, and he's 16 too, so it's quite a small size for a Shire horse, but perfect for the sort of work that I do.
And what exactly are you doing here?
The National Trust have asked me to come in and do some horse logging,
Right.
so we're extracting the logs from the wood. That's part of their continuous cover forestry management here.
What is continuous cover? I don't really know that.
So continuous cover is a way to manage a woodland,
Right.
where you do a regular thinning operation, usually every 7 to 10 years. And in this case, they want to use horses to do that extraction work. Idea is that the woodland is thinned quite regularly, which allows the trees to grow at their optimum rate.
And you're not managing this woodland for a crop, are you? This is just purely for sort of wildlife and
Yes.
and the trees themselves.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the timber is used for firewood and in their biomass boiler here on the estate,
Yeah.
so that's quite nice. But the real reason, and you're right, is biodiversity.
Right.
To bring light in onto the woodland floor,
Yeah.
we can get that herbaceous layer going.
I guess these guys are brilliant for that because
Yeah.
they're not actually sort of churning up the leaf litter, are they? They're
Absolutely.
minimum impact actually on the ground.
That's right, yeah. So if you were to bring a machine in, perhaps the ground would be disturbed a lot more than what we do. So low impact forestry is what we do.
But this area is, I mean, it's pretty steep here, isn't it? So I can imagine it would be a bit of a tall order for some tractors.
Yeah, it would be. And that's the sort of sites we tend to get, is
Yeah.
our steep sites that are perhaps too wet or with protected status like triple size sites. So that's the sort of sites where they don't want machines in,
Right.
and we've got an opportunity.
Well, absolutely. And Flynn here is going to have superb traction, isn't he? 4-leg drive.
He certainly is, yeah.
And who's the other one?
Yeah,
as
we've
well?
got Dime over here. Come and have a look. She's a lovely girl.
Hello, Dime. Dime's got a bit of a story, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's about 11 years old now.
Right.
She's on loan to me from a local horse charity.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she was rescued as a part of an RSPCA rescue.
Really?
So she had a bit of a bad start, but now she's come my way, and
Oh.
I'm training her to be a logging horse.
Oh, this is absolutely wonderful, James. Thank you so much
My
for
pleasure.
letting me meet them both. Hi, Jess.
Hello, come in.
So this is your famous Pelargonium
It is
collection.
indeed, yeah.
And I'm so interested in this because I love my Pelargoniums. But you've got them all set in date order, haven't
We
you?
have, yes. This is the dates of their introduction to this country.
Right.
So to start off with, there would have been very few coming into the country as time went on, there were more and more, and they were coming into London via the nurserymen,
Right.
and then landowners like Richard Colt Hall, who owned this estate, would have been able to buy them from the nurserymen. Some of the really wealthy aristocrats would have sent plant hunters out to collect for them, but
Right.
Richard Colt Hall would have got them through the nurserymen in
Yeah.
London.
And I didn't realise, I mean, some of them I have, like Lady Plymouth
Yeah.
here, didn't realise she was quite so old, 1800.
Yeah, no, that was when she was introduced to this country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely fragrance,
and
isn't it?
beautiful variegated leaf as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what I really like about pelargoniums, is the sheer sort of variety of
Yeah,
them. I mean, they
absolutely.
make just great pot plants in their
Yes.
own right,
Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah.
And they're slightly irresistible to collect.
Absolutely, yeah, no, definitely a collector's dream.
Yeah.
So Colt Hall would have been very interested in these, and he was also interested in hybridising them. So he produced one of his own.
That must have been quite fun hybridising these, because
Yes.
they are so, I mean, look at this one. The leaves are so tiny,
I
aren't
know,
they?
I mean, remarkable. And then you have this one, which is completely
That is
different.
the strangest
I
pelargonium
know.
I think I've ever seen. I mean,
Yeah, indeed.
incredibly fleshy stems.
Yes, yeah.
Wherever they come from, that must have been somewhere rather hot.
Yeah, no, they all come from South Africa, all of
Right.
them. So yeah, and this is what fascinates our visitors so much. They walk in here and they don't realise they're all pelargoniums.
No.
Because they're so
They're
diverse.
so diverse,
Yes, so
aren't
different,
they?
yeah.
Because I think most people tend to think of pelargoniums as the sort of the bedding pelargoniums that we all sort of
Absolutely,
stick in
yes,
window boxes
yes,
and what have
absolutely.
you.
And we can thank the Victorians for that. They
Yeah.
went mad. They bred all these pelargoniums for exactly that purpose. But prior to that, this was a collector's dream
Yeah.
because of the variety. So people like Richard Colt Hall were really interested in them, and yeah, he had as many as he could. So we've tried to do some research to find out what he had, and that's not necessarily that easy, because although he kept records, what they were called then is different from what they're called now.
Oh, names change, don't
Exactly.
they?
And
Yes.
also they might have gone out of cultivation if
Right.
they weren't that interesting, or something more interesting
Right.
came along.
So it's quite a detective,
Yeah,
a bit of
absolutely,
detective
yes.
work. But then that's kind of quite intriguing. As gardeners kind of quite like something like that to get our teeth into,
totally
don't we?
fascinating, yeah, definitely.
Brilliant.
Definitely.
Well, thank you so much for letting me see the collection. It's absolutely wonderful.
Well, thank you for
I'm going to
coming.
have to add to a few more of mine, I
Absolutely,
think.
do.
And thank you for joining us. I hope you've really enjoyed this visit to Stourhead as much as I have. And if you'd like some more tips and ideas and to meet people like Jess on other films, then please subscribe to the STIHL GB YouTube channel. See you next time.